more of a metric of standards which computer scientists can read what an actual calibration could be calculated as. So the entire universe has a fine-tuned structure. Material goods, which means that there's energy in the empty space. Price points. And ostensibly this was now currently a giant thing because there's the study of information about 1 point. Just go and do something open-ended. That's why it's so fantastic when it comes to open source. Could be, you have to look at the two ends of what our opposites are, because they attract if they're equal. The most radical idea of open source in the computer science community, they are rivaled from corporations not wanting open source. Open source is usually free, and in order to have order, the opposite of computer science is material goods, and capitalism has price points. But when those are unmatched, it's irony in itself. But to unravel what irony could be, one thing Harry Houdini did that he couldn't get out of was something that he had put himself into, because you can't measure one thing with multiple others on what bounds are made. So the more that you can calibrate a computer code to an array and a string, but how to be more definite with something that is material is through a computer science. An array and a string are just like, I'm just staring at this LED light and I see the phenomenon when you look at a street lamp at nighttime and you can see waves about it, and the more you focus on it, you can just kind of see the pulsating. This is what a frog sees when it looks at light, because it sees photons, particles. Aside from that is what electricity is, and that can be utilized in atoms when you're trying to calibrate a calculation, because it's more of a metric of standards which computer scientists can read. Having the proof of what an actual calibration could be calculated as. And so the entire universe has a fine-tuned structure, that there's energy in the empty space. Capitalism, so things that aren't a computer code, assume that that's in the nucleus of one atom, because you can't. How to do that is with electricity and computer science, making that more organic, such as there's things called diamond notation, and it's not thought up of, but it can be a branch built upon, kind of like in leaf formatting in computer science. That's another thing having to do with a diamond and a tree are great start points. This is something that is a tale older than time and will probably rein in something worse than anyone can handle. Not a reason to have to try and demystify it. Just use a computer code. Capitalism, so things that aren't a computer code, are handled when capitalism has price points. Would assume that that's in the nucleus of one atom, but the only way to measure it is with other atoms outside of it. And so what the makeup of a ruler is a whole bunch of atoms, because you can't measure one thing with multiple others. I guess if you would try to measure one atom with another one, that would be the next best bet to see what's inside. You can just conduct a proper code. How to do that is with electricity and computer science, making that more organic, such as there's things called diamond notation, kind of like in leaf formatting in computer science, having to do with a diamond and a tree are great start points.